Alright, so this is my new custom audio pedal board built for me by Bradshaw. And I just want to take a second to kind of go through the pedal board and go over my choices and just kind of walk you guys through the system. So starting over here, this is kind of the non-switcher side of the board. Everything else gets switched through that pedal switcher. The Polytune kind of speaks for itself. The G70 wireless, I really like the form factor of it, and if it ever cuts out I can just bypass it, which is cool. The CAE wah, I've had this wah probably since 2009, I think. So it's really nice and worn in. I really like how it sounds. And then this is a volume pedal, the Dunlop one. It's in front, so it acts so I can just kind of shut everything off and be done with it. And that's the Custom Audio Electronics pedal board interface. I think it's a really cool piece of gear that Bob came out with, and really kind of takes their systems to the next level. It's all buffered. You can customize it. Obviously mine is fairly customized to what I wanted on the board, so give me a cool little cable and put on that side. So really like it. Sounds great, super transparent. So moving over to the board itself and pedal choices. So kind of, you can see how comp, drive, boost, phase, flange, verb, H9s 1 and 2. So the compressor pedal, I really love the Sur compressor. It sounds great. The Shiba drive sounds awesome. The way I've got it set up, I don't know if you guys care, but so you can see there pretty clearly, it's more set up, I use it almost like a buffer to goose the input, so that you know, I use it like into an overdriven amp already, just to add some stuff to it. Their dual boost drive, I really like it. You can, so there's, you know, so right now it's on that boost. Now it's red, it's over here, so you can see how I kind of have that EQ set up. And what's great about this, the way Bob set it up for me, is that I've got a pretty clear shot to that if I wanted to click in to another side of it. So and then I've got the EVH phase 90 and flanger as an ed head, kind of speaks for itself. So the H9s, these are set up, this guy over here is delays, this guy right here is chorus, any other really kind of modulation stuff. These are in the loop, everything else is in the front. The Hall of Fame is in the loop as well. Hall of Fame, I think this is probably the best verb pedal on the market, just in terms of the sounds you can get out of it, the versatility, and that you can do the tone print stuff through it. And then the gate, I have this set up in the loop, and I can switch it on or off. Yeah, that pedal right there, I think it's great. I've had both the rack version and this guy. They both work essentially the same. They're both great pedals, great units. The only reason I really have this pedal is that EVH head. It's a really super loud head, and there's a lot of hiss, and so I have it just to make sure that's not on. I also have an SL68 that I love to death, and we'll go with the EVH kind of Sur there. So the Sur SL68, I like having the gate there for that as well. Alright, so we'll go to the switcher. Here you go. So this kind of acts, this is the brains of the unit, but it's also super cool. Bob came out with this switcher probably about a year or two ago, from what I understand. And all the pedals hook right back in to this guy. So it's a standalone pedal unit, which is great. It's not a MIDI, it's not only a MIDI unit. So everything plugs in there, and I can assign the loops however I want. So right now it's in direct access mode via the red lights, but if I wanted to, now it's in preset mode. And I haven't set it up yet, but this will switch all of my MIDI right there, and then I can set up different presets on the board that way. This little RST expander unit, this guy right here. One unit is for the boost for the gate, and then these three are for function switches that correspond to 3-channel amp up top, 3-channel, and then I can also control the Custom Audio OD Standard Plus, which is a super underrated amp by John and Sir Company over there. I love it. It's the Standard Plus. You don't see it a lot. You see a lot of obviously the Sir PT, Hedgehogs, Badgers, but Standard Plus is kind of the one that started it all, and it still kicks major tail. So someone's probably going, but wait, you got the boost feature on the Sir. What's up with that? So the way that's set up in here is I've got these two pedals right there to add any boosts I want. But if I wanted to activate the, if I wanted to use the boost, this sends MIDI signal, which is great because it's MIDI amp. So I could assign that to that guy. I could also via MIDI presets in preset mode send MIDI toggles that would say I want the boost on during that preset. So again, very super versatile. Let's see, anything else I'm missing on here? It's powered by the Dunlop ISO bricks. I honestly do not have a complaint on the power situation on the board. Everything's powered pretty steadily. I haven't noticed any drops. You can't see it very well in here, but there is a power inlet right here. Bob wire to ground to it, so the board itself is uber quiet, super quiet. So yeah, and you can see all the glowing lights below. Once I have it programmed, which I'm actually going to get into now, I will do another demo, kind of show you some of the sounds I can get out of it and what I'm using it for. But that's kind of the rundown. Again, thank you to Bob Bradshaw at Custom Audio Electronics. This pedal board is awesome. The switcher is killer. You can hear it. It's pretty solid, super solid. This is actually a really light board considering all the hardware that's on it, so very convenient. And it's clean. You know, the reason I love these boards and love Bradshaw's stuff is that all of this sounds exactly like if I plug right into the amp. If I have everything else turned off, if I'm in direct mode, right, direct mode, and there's nothing here, this sounds exactly the way it would if I plugged directly into the amp. And I don't know that you get that anywhere else. Sounds clean. You know, there's no Bradshaw sound, right? But there, you know, it's just great. It's a great setup. And if you're looking for a setup like this, you know, Bob has the hardware available. I had him rig it up because I suck at soldering, and as you can see, he does not suck at soldering. So this makes a whole mess of sense. That was actually one of the reasons that I was really just kind of fed up and went to Bob again. Was I had kind of rigged up a couple Jimmy rigged pedal boards, and I had ground issues, hum issues, controller issues, and it was just a literal mess. So I decided to do it right and get the professionals to do it. So more to come, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an introduction to the board. All right, thanks. Bye.